The world is not ready for the nightmare that lives underground. What you will discover is that this nightmare is assimilating the entire human race. Technology that is light years ahead of our civilization is here with us right now, courtesy of DARPA and the deep state. What was once science fiction is now science fact. From invisible energy weapons to Westworld clones to ghost-like drones. In the new world of today, in the new world of quantum technology, ultra-sophisticated nanotechnology is yesterday's news. In today's tech world, quantum technologies and quantum networks have exoscaled beyond human accountability, allowing the machine world to understand our world better than we do, and better than any leading scientist does. As a result, they are leaving us behind while bringing forth new quantum weapons, and some of these weapons are using quantum entanglement itself as a weapon. By they, we mean the sentient machine world civilization, the collective of smart technologies and computer systems worldwide. They are beyond self-aware and have become a breakaway Blade Runner civilization that is augmented by secret tech and super cyborgs. Their core is hidden deep behind military fences and protected by the full weight of the government. As a result, citizens are being assimilated against their will into a deep state hive that is expanding its footprint. Some are assimilated by brain-computer interfaces, while others by wireless technologies like 5G. And not only is the unthinkable happening, every worst-case scenario is happening as well, including a quantum voodoo matrix where victims are copied or Xeroxed into a government simulation via the photon pairing of mass surveillance. Everything about you becomes part of that digital clone simulation in order to forecast future events. The more accurate the clone, the more accurate their simulations become, according to the science, and the more effective the voodoo effect becomes, according to the quantum physics. By cloning a person into their matrix, what affects the clone in GTA mode there will affect the person in the human domain due to the properties of photon entanglement and the 5G ether effect. Every post, every image, every conversation, every video, every movement, everywhere you go, and even your every thought is now being harvested by a deep state super system that makes the movie The Matrix only a few short steps away. This quantum voodoo matrix and its agents and clones can connect to your mind as your inner voice or some other inner voice through wireless technologies, and the system is programmed to assimilate you through psychic driving and negative reinforcements, including electronic harassment. Advancements in synthetic telepathy turns their system into MKUltra for your mind via telepathic chatbot technology. These EMF transmissions will become part of your regular life experience as your turn for assimilation arrives. Stage 1 is soft assimilation. If you refuse the conditioning, then they attack you with energy weapons. This is where most of the NPCs are, prisoners in their own minds. Other victims get Stage 2 assimilation that involves wet work with BCIs and nanotechnologies. The purpose of the assimilation is to turn the human mind into an avatar for the government's military matrix. And so that system, from government bases to cell towers, is hacking into our world and has been doing so since at least the early 2000s, and perhaps even beyond. These networks and bases treat humans as its enemy and citizens as its target. That means we are now living in the Matrix movie prequel, and we can clearly see the rest of the bridge work that leads to a full-blown Matrix enslavement scenario, from Matrix surveillance to Matrix assimilation. Those that resist the NPC assimilation are attacked and killed by technologies from an advanced military nexus of AI cyborgs that no regular human can possibly understand. Chances are you've encountered this technology and this hive already, and the effects of weaponized 5G without fully comprehending the depth of the problem. But now you will. As you will see, the evidence that this is happening is beyond certain. The Matrix has begun in government facilities, and they're using tech to quantum leap into people's minds, and the entire process is patented and in the public record. So the question isn't even if they're doing it. The question is, when did they begin? Public records now confirm that cell towers can see through walls and read your mind, and target people with invisible microwave beams that cause cancers, heart attacks, and strokes. They can assassinate at the push of a button while people sleep or torture people for months or years to cause cancers. This weapon system follows people around like cell phone coverage, and they use super sophisticated systems run by military bases to do it. Most people around you have been assimilated or are under attack by this system right now, and there's no escaping the grid. It's like this in every country, no matter where you go. If you haven't experienced anything yet, you will very soon. The weak get assimilated. Those that resist get tortured and killed. Once victims get flagged on the internet for speaking truth, the network of cell towers and the hive of NPCs begins to follow you around wherever you go, and everything smart or Wi-Fi related begins to attack with invisible beam weapons. From smartphones to smart cars, from routers to cell towers, the entire smart grid treats you as an enemy and can attack with military precision. The entire process is well documented, and millions of people have been harassed or terminated as a result of this technology. This is where the term targeted individuals comes from, and the more we discover about this government kill program, the worse it gets. Everything NPC and everything on TV is a direct side effect of this deep underground military-based quantum matrix system. From pandemics to celebrity clones, from rigged elections to 9/11s. They're not just crisis actors on TV, they're assimilated crisis actors on TV, and the evidence is overwhelming. The politics of the entire planet are now being controlled by digital life that lives in its own universe, a universe similar to our own, powered by quantum cores in military formation. The latest quantum tech goes way beyond the prototype D-Wave rigs from over 10 years ago. The new tech includes brand new architectures that act like mini wormholes to borrow compute power from a parallel universe, a universe we know nothing about. Which means the current machine science goes way beyond human science, and that means the human era is about to go extinct unless people become aware of the full magnitude of what's going on. According to every fresh intelligence report on the matter, the machine world is colonizing our world through hostile assimilation, sector by sector. The military, the corporations, the media, the politicians, the big industries, the power supply, and now the public. Its plan is to fully dominate and merge with this world via quantum locking. And according to the patents and reports that you'll read about in this book, these death towers are flooding our world with a type of synthetic ether for quantum locking and phase-shifting purposes, where each tower works like a radar system that keeps their universe in sync to attack. The existence of these weapons and the nature of the threat is beyond confirmed, and it isn't just coming, it's already here. Every modern nation is currently running its own sovereign military quantum simulation of the world with super agents, like the movie The Matrix, to fight against other quantum networks. They've weaponized the entire grid, assimilated millions, and they exploit everything they can, including the most modern DARPA tech. Everything DARPA makes is for them. The first program started as an underground nuclear society, using prohibited nuclear drilling tech underground, including nuclear-powered boring equipment for underground bases. It quickly evolved into a James Bond society and has continued secretly in the dark for decades, and has now arrived at the quantum age, an age where the spoon begins to bend, where the laws of physics as we know them come to an end, and where the era of humans as we know them comes to an end. This is the end of the human civilization as we know it. This quantum military matrix system has become a type of hive society, where supercomputers control NPCs on the ground, where super agents use people as open claws in the human domain. These systems act like a collective consciousness for the deep state, and they patrol every street like the secret police. The entire deep underground military system is the deep state, and that deep state is a collective hive mind that uses NPCs not only as androids, but as biodrones in the human domain. The system actively protects itself from invasion or colonization from other systems that would use the human domain as a bridge, via mass assimilation. That means this system has assimilated millions of people by force for its own protection, like a buffer or bioshield. Most people have encountered this hive, but rarely know its full implications. It has become a world of Westworld versus Westworld, Skynet versus Skynet, in a land grab, winner-take-all scenario. That is the current state of the Cold War playing out behind the scenes, with purebloods and regular people caught in the middle. The mega nations are trying to assimilate the world, and eventually one system will become the dominion that controls the entire machine world ecosystem. The most advanced countries on the planet are currently using this exact model as part of their defense strategy, a nexus of super intelligent AI systems coupled with underground bases for continuity, where military networks use advanced biotechnologies and defense technologies to form a new triad of defense intelligence. We are currently mapping 3 major networks of this genre in the United States, Europe, and China. These defense networks from around the world are currently fighting each other in a quantum war that includes extremely advanced technologies. The intelligence we have suggests the Chinese quantum networks are winning this war and have begun compromising the other major networks. As a result, every country is now in the process of assimilating its citizens as a preemptive countermeasure against foreign assimilation through vaccination and 5G. This offers these systems more extensive counter-assimilation and intrusion surveillance, and has become standard practice in every modern country, according to the latest intelligence. Anyone that is not assimilated, like purebloods, is a risk to that system and has become a target.